kitty. Wanna come hang out? Okay, I'm just gonna keep planting here. I hope you guys enjoyed that intro. Usually I like introduce a video and the project and what I'm working on, but I actually filmed that all between like 8:30 and 9:30 p.m. After my husband had gone to bed. A little bit about us is that my husband fishes in the summertime for our family business, which is a charter fishing lodge where we are located in Sitka, Alaska. So he is out there every day. He leaves the house around like 4:30, 4:45. Gets back sometime around the same time, but in the evening, 4:30, 5:30, something like that. And so a lot of the summers I am home by myself, and then he's tired, so he goes to bed at like 7:30. And so sometimes I stay inside and I just watch TV. Sometimes I go to bed early too. And sometimes I get out here and garden because the daylight is still out till, 10, 10:30 at night. So that is what I did the other night when I filmed that. And I just kind of wanted to go through and walk through all the plants that I put in the ground. I love them all. It's looking so good. This garden bed has really come together and it's only been here for a couple short weeks. So let's just walk through what we planted and talk about the plants a little bit. And then I'll give you a couple updates on some of the other things in the yard, which are coming along really well. So I tagged the photo of what the plant was with the screen when I planted it, but I just wanted to give you guys an overview if you couldn't see the title. So we've got the Alexander's Great Brunnera, and I put two here, one right over here. In front of it, in a previous video, I planted the Coral Bells. I planted that Rose of Sharon, the Forsythia. This whole garden bed was all planted last fall. We've got peonies. There's one here and one that accidentally got trampled by my dog, so that one is coming back. And then a third peony over here, which I don't think I put in the video because I just transplanted it. It was over there and I just didn't want it to get stepped on. In this corner, we've got some perennial salvia. This is a bright red colored salvia. A hellebore, the geranium and the heucheras and the heucherellas we already planted. That's also a Pandora. I planted this goji berry, which was a gift from my neighbor, which is super, super sweet. I have never actually eaten goji berries, but I heard that they're awesome. That plant is supposedly like prolific, so I'm really excited. It's also supposed to get really big, like 5 to 10 feet. So I'm really interested to see how that kind of fills in that spot there. Gives it a nice barrier. And then my neighbor and I went to a friend's house and dug up a bunch of plants. So I got a whole bunch of this really pretty columbine. The typical columbine that you see looks like this. Really dainty, beautiful flowers, all different colors. This is also a different variety of columbine. And I think it looks like a firework or something, but we've got it in white and in this bright fuchsia purple, which I think is gorgeous. So I plopped some of those in the ground. These are also some columbine, the traditional kind, the wild columbine. So we got that in there. Planted this foxglove the other day. Those are some lilies that are looking a little rough, but I think they'll bounce back. That kind of covers this garden bed area because the rest of the stuff was already in place. The other thing I plopped in the ground over here was this black lace elderberry, which is supposed to get also like 8 to 10 feet. So I think it'll create this really nice privacy screen right here. And I'm really excited about that. I just love when it's a deep purple color like that. That's why I love the Ajuga. That's why I love those heucheras, is because I just think that dark purple leaf and foliage is just really pretty to look at. So, and then I want to fill you guys in on the current project, which isn't going to be entirely finished today because I've got some upcoming things that I'll need to finish the project, but let's begin. So garden bed expansion part 1 was adding this whole thing. bumping it out. This rock wall used to go around that tree, kind of back here. Now it bumped out and now it's in front of this whole spot here. Garden bed expansion part 2, this shade garden area used to run where the old rock wall is. You can see it right here, all the way along this grass border. I grew all this grass that's in this section last year and it came back this year. It looks really good, but unfortunately I changed my mind. And so I expanded and now the rock wall starts here right at the end of these beds and it kind of curves around. So I think this is like probably 8 to 10 feet of extra space between here and the chicken run. So now what I'll need to do is I started transferring a whole bunch of the Ajuga. So I've got the Ajuga in the front here. It looks a little bit beaten up right now just because it's been actually weirdly warm the past 2 days. I've got a whole bunch of plants. 2 of them I already got in the ground. I'll show a video of that. I think they're called lime punch or something. Heucherillas, something of lime. I've got a spilled wine Weigela. And then I just picked up today 3 new Hellabores. I don't know what variety they are, but I have the 3 Hellabores back there, which I'll probably end up moving forward. And then I picked up 3 of these diamond blue Larkspurs, which are perennials. So we'll pop those in the ground. They look a little rough, but they all have fresh green growth. So that's good. I got 1 leftover of this Creeping Thyme, which I think will be really pretty mixed in with the Ajuga. And then lastly, I've got 3 Big Leaf Hydrangeas in blue. How pretty is that? These look overall really healthy. So the project is, as you can see, I started to cardboard over all the grass. I moved the rock wall. And now I've got to basically, I want to move a whole bunch of stuff so I can kind of shift things that were in the back forward. And then I've got a cardboard over this whole area to, break down and kill off all the grass. And then my neighbor and I are going to rent a chipper next weekend, and I'm going to get fresh alder chips to cover this entire new garden bed space. So the cardboard that you see is the cardboard that I have. And every time I get more cardboard, I just kind of throw it down here. So I've been working on this over a couple days. But what I do want to get done today is I want to get the rest of these things that I just picked up planted, and maybe I'll transplant some more of the Ajuga back there. Maybe the Brunnera can move forward. I want it to be a little bit more visible. The rhubarb can stay where it is. And then I kind of want to move this hosta and another hosta over there. And then I want to move forward a whole bunch of this Ajuga. So lots of plants to move and lots of new plants to put in. Let's get to work. Okay guys, I broke a sweat for sure, but I finally got everything transplanted and moved and plopped in kind of where I generally wanted it. And then the cardboard that I do have, I laid out. And so the last piece of this will be finishing up this last little strip of cardboard that I need there. And I'll probably have that in the next day or two. And then I will probably next weekend, so 1 week from now, rent the chipper with my neighbors and we will get this whole thing covered in mulch, fresh alder chip mulch. So let's just go over what we've got in this garden bed because it is looking really good, and I'm lucky that I have quite a few plants that I planted last year that are looking much more mature than they did last year, so it's really feeling it nice. So I kind of lined the whole front rock wall with the Ajuga, which looks a little bit beat up right now, but it'll bounce right back, no problem. We've got 3 of the Alexander's Great Brunnera, which have probably all doubled in size this year, and they are just beautiful, beautiful plants. Looks like this one took a little bit of a hit, but I'll let it run its course. And they should mound up into these big, beautiful mounds. We've got a hosta that I got from a local person. I think I bought that for maybe 10 bucks. It's probably doubled in size. We've got 2 of the little mouse ones, 2 of the lime something heucheras, a fern, which I actually just transplanted from over there in my yard, along with those 3 ferns, which I'll leave to kind of disguise the fuel tank. We've got our rhubarb back there, which I'm going to leave back on that half. And then up front here, we've got 3 Hellabores, 2 Astilbes, a fern hosta that kind of got mixed together. I'm going to leave it because I kind of like it. We've got, I think these are some irises. We've got the 3 blue hydrangeas. We've got 1, 2, 3 more different variety of Hellabore than these ones. These ones I planted last year and they have tons of little new growth. They also they were the first flower up in the yard and they still have blooms, which I just find incredible. We've got I think this is a spilled wine Weigela. These are 3 of the Larkspurs we picked up. These are 2 heuchera or heucherellas. I can't remember what they are, but they were back there. I kind of forgot they were there and they got definitely really burnt out, but they have fresh new growth. And this one, it does technically have some new growth. It looks bad right now, but I figured I'd save them and see if they come back because they have a really pretty kind of dusty pink, orange, red color, which I love. And it looks really great up against that Astilbe that has those kind of red stem accents. 1 little tiny creeping thyme, which I might have to move honestly because it's probably going to get just consumed by this Ajuga. So that's kind of the gist of this area. Once it gets mulched in, it is going to look so good. It honestly looks done. So once these hydrangeas really fill in, this will be kind of this corner. What I really want is to get a Japanese maple right there. That concludes the garden bed expansion part 2 for now. In a week or so, I will make a video of doing the chipping process and mulching this bed, so you'll get to see it in kind of its finished state in a really short amount of time, honestly, like only a week or so away. So I'm excited for that. I love running the chipper. I think it's kind of fun. It's a little bit dangerous, but it's kind of enjoyable. And also to make your own fresh mulch, like nothing beats that. It is so good. And alder chips make incredible dirt as they break down. They're just very nutrient dense. I hate the trees in my yard that are alders, but I love the mulch that they make. It's a really pretty color. It fades out to be this beautiful kind of natural variation. That's a mixture of alder and hemlock that I did last fall, and it has faded out just beautifully. Then kind of some red cedar mixed in there. I'm just really looking forward to seeing how this looks once it is fully mulched and done. But honestly, as it stands right now, it looks glorious. The only thing that's making it hard to kind of like view is the fact that there's grass in between all these plants, which won't be around for very long. So I'm just going to water these in, and that is going to be it for the rest of my day projects for the garden, and I'm really excited about it. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you later.